What is up, everyone? This is E-Dubs here, and today I'm going to be hosting a Plants vs. Zombies plush collection. I think this is the fourth one I've ever held. But anyways, let's get to making this plush collection. So the first plush is, or plushies, whatever you'd refer it to, are the following: Pea Shooter 1, Pea Shooter 2, and Baby Pea. You see, I didn't really plan to have this many Pea Shooters eventually, but yeah, the one on the very right of your screen, which is over there, by the way, if you didn't know for some reason, that's the OG one, and I've had him for the longest. The others came at the exact same time, and one of them will be used for a Zombotany character that will be made in who knows how long. But anyway, there are those guys. Next up, we have Sunflower, basic sun-producing plant that you get in technically the beginning of the game. She produces sun, as I think I just said, and technically the main sun producer of the entire game. I'm gonna be honest, I've had this plush for a very long time. In fact, like all the OGs, like if you've seen my first video, Sunshroom was one of my OGs, Sunflower's one of my OGs, Pea Shooter's one of my OGs, that one. Walnut's one of my OGs. The potato mine that doesn't actually look like a potato mine is one of my OGs. Squash is one of my OGs. Jalapeno is an OG. Melon Pult's an OG. Kernel Pult's an OG. Basic Zombie's an OG. And Head Zombie's an OG. But yeah, that just tells you how many plants I've had for a while. In fact, I think I've had the OGs for like 5 years. Whenever I uploaded the first video, and then going to 2022 is like how long I've had these for. But anyways, there's Sunflower. Alright, next up we have the first explosive plant you get, which is Cherry Bomb. He blows up in a 3x3 area. He's pretty useful depending on in what situation you're in. If you're versing a Gargantua, you're gonna want a Cherry Bomb and a Jalapeno. You might be asking why. It's not just because it's 2 explosives and it saves more time. It's because the Jalapeno is gonna take out both the Imp and the Gargantua technically immediately, since the Cherry Bomb was sent to explode the Gargantua. But yeah, there are the Cherry Bombs. Alright, next up is Walnut. Walnut is, like I said, one of my OGs. I've had him for a few years now. One of my favorites. Squishy. Soft. His eyes aren't really soft though. As you can probably hear, like the difference. The eyes and the skin. Well, the wool, I guess, whatever. Yeah. He's used in walnut bowling. He's a pretty tough plant, probably one of the toughest. But he's obviously not the toughest, because we all know Tallnut. He is extremely tough. But anyways, yeah. There's Walnut. Alright, next up we have Potato Mine. Well, Potato Mines. This is the OG one. I didn't get this in a package. This was originally a hot potato toy, and I decided to use it for a potato mine since the batteries died. And this is just the OG one. I think I got this one on Christmas, or it was on my birthday. I don't really remember. But yeah, potato mines, they stay under the ground for a few moments. After about 45 seconds, they take the arm themselves, they pop up out of the ground. As soon as a zombie steps on the potato mine, it activates it, and it explodes in a 1-by-1 area. So it technically takes out any zombie that was with that specific zombie on that lane. But anyways, there's the potato mines. Alright, next up we have the snow peas. They're the cool ones of the group. No pun intended. My bad. But yeah, they're technically the cool ones of the group. I don't really mean to make a pun, but I actually kind of am, so I guess a pun is intended. But anyways, they shoot chilling peas that slow down the enemies, which make it easier for, like, let's say, chompers to have a, like, much more efficient time to swallow a zombie before getting their next meal. Oh, and yeah, speaking of chomper, our next plant is actually chomper, which they eat zombies in a 1-by-1 area in front of them. But walnuts are also, like, really useful, a useful combination with chomper, because the chompers can then wait it out and then just swallow the zombie, and then get to eating the zombie that's in the lane with the chomper. So technically the walnut is being a meat shield as always, but in a much more efficient way. Anyway, there are those guys. Alright, next up, we have the last plant of the day, which is Repeater. He finishes up the entire day squad, because we have pea shooters, sunflower, cherry bomb, walnut, potato mine, snow peas, chompers, and then there's just Repeater. Repeater is technically pea shooter, but technically two on the same tile that shoot at the exact same time. Well, almost at the exact same time. And they shoot 2 peas at the enemy. Technically, I think I've said this before, but just place 2 repeaters in a lane and you have yourself a Gatling pea. Yeah, it might be expensive, which technically would be 400 sun. But it's not that bad once you get enough sun producers. Like, if you've seen my Plants vs. Zombies gameplay, you'll see that I always have like 2 to 3 lanes of sunflowers. So that's the best way to, like, buy expensive plants, in my opinion. But anyway, there's Repeater. Alright, since we have finished the day plants, we are now moving on to the night plants, which one of them is Puffshroom. Puffshroom is the first mushroom you get, and he's very small, and he shoots mini spores at enemies. Now, he doesn't have that long of a range. 3 tiles is his limit. But if you watch my Plants vs. Zombies gameplay, you probably also seen me placing down a Puffshroom, the Puffshroom killing the zombie, and then the spore going off the entire board, even though when he was at, like, the 3rd tile. So, PopCap needs to fix that, maybe. I mean, they've technically added all the updates they need to Plants vs. Zombies already, but they just need to fix the Puffshroom thing. Like, make the spore disappear at the 3rd tile. Like, don't just make it zoom across. Although that might actually be hard to do, so I don't really blame PopCap for that. Anyway, there's Puffshroom. Next up is our sun producer of the night, Sunshroom. She starts, I'm pretty sure she has 3 phases. 2 in the original Plants vs. Zombies, but in the original one, it's just small, which is 15 sun, and then big, which is 25 sun. But in the Plants vs. Zombies, in Plants vs. Zombies 2, I think it goes 25 to 50 to 75, I believe, which is technically an early primal sunflower, I guess. But anyway, there's Sunshroom. Alright. Next up we have the quote-unquote whoopee cushion mushroom. Fume Shroom. Fume Shroom shoots, shoots waves of fumes through groups of zombies. He's really efficient against zombies with shields such as newspaper zombies and screen door zombies. It doesn't do anything to the bucket heads because the bucket is technically attached to their head. So yeah, it's not going to pierce through the bucket. But yeah, there's Fume Shroom. I had to move the camera a little bit, so that's why the angle is different. But anyways, next up we have Hypno Shroom. This is the last mushroom of the night that I have. The actual last mushroom is Doom Shroom. But anyways, Hypno Shroom is a pretty nice plush, if I do say so myself. But anyways, back to the facts. Hypno Shroom can hypnotize any zombie that eats it. And then I love her or his plant food. I refer it as a her though. But anyways, the plant food is you might think she just like gets more powerful and turns a zombie into something even more powerful than what it already is. Well, technically it actually does really do that. It turns the zombie into a gargantuar. Yeah, you heard me right, a gargantuar. It's insane how PopCap would think that's a fair plant food. Which I can see why it makes sense that it's a premium plant. But still, if you like spend money on the game a lot, then you're gonna understand what I'm saying. And also, speaking of spending money, I'm looking at you, Matt Shea. I know you spend money on Plants vs. Zombies 2. Well, technically on any game, actually. Which makes us enjoy the video. And we should support him. Give Matt Shea some love, alright? Give him some subscribers. I mean, he has a lot already. Way more than I do. Well, that's fine. Just give him some subs. Anyways, that's Hypno Shroom. Okay, we finished the night. Now it's time to go to the pool. First up, we have Squash. You might be wondering, wait a minute, Squash isn't the actual first plant of the pool. Well, you see, I lost Lilypad, and I don't know where he went. I hope I can find him before I start the Big Wave Beach episodes in Plants vs. Zombies 2. And by the way, that series might actually not come in a very long time. Sorry for you to hear that. But anyways, yeah. Squash is a guard plant, if I'd say. And, if a zombie gets close, we should already know this if we pay attention to detail, but he raises his eyebrow, jumps up, and immediately kills the zombie on the tile, unless it's a gargantuar. If it's a gargantuar, he's just going to do half of its damage, like half of the gargantuar's health. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, probably. But anyway, there's Squash. Okay, next up we have Jalapeno. Jalapeno is an explosive plant, but he's actually from Peppermint, which is explainable, because this is why. When he explodes, he lights up a lane of fire in the lane that he was placed in. It doesn't go up or down, it goes side to side. But yeah, now I can see why he's in Peppermint, the Peppermint family. But what I don't understand is, what is the point of the lily pad? Like, what's the point? I mean, I could technically just cut this off and have just a normal jalapeno, but I don't know how that'd work out because if you look real closely, it's like really sewn on there. And yeah. But anyway, there's jalapeno. Alright, next up we have tall nut. One of the tallest plants I have. I think it's second to first tallest plant. Obviously, the shortest plant is one I'll get to very, very later. But yeah, tall nut is a really tough plant, and he's a defensive one, of course. And he is 2 times the height of walnut and has 2 times the health of walnut. He can also prevent anything from jumping over him unless, like, if you've seen my Brutal Mode series, Dolphin Rider can jump over him. Well, Pole Vaulter can't. But, yeah. Tall, tough plant. Yeah, this is also a fan-made plush. Like, well, not fan-made, duh. This is a self-made plush. This was at first just like a little pumpkin thing on the back. I started calling it like a pumpkin tall nut, but I just wanted to call it tall nut so it actually relate to the normal Plants vs. Zombies series, or the Plants vs. Zombies plush franchise, whatever you refer it as. But anyway, there is tall nut. Alright, since we finished the pool, we're now moving on to the fog. First one is Split Pea. Split Pea is one of my newest plushies, and in my opinion, I think he's really cool. I like Split Pea a lot, and in my opinion, he might be one of my favorites. I mean, yeah, it took forever for him to actually arrive on my series, but yeah, so yeah, he shoots 2 peas behind him because he has a repeater on the back of his head, and he still shoots forward. Shoot, I forgot what else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I don't want him staring down the camera soul anymore, so there's Split Pea. Alright, next up we have the Derpy Starfruit. I mean, I'm not trying to sound rude to like my own self-made plush. In fact, why am I even calling this a self-made plush? He's not soft at all. He's wood. He's plain wood. Like, literally wood. Like, here's the difference between the sounds. Split Pea falling, Starfruit falling. You can literally hear Starfruit smash into the ground. But yeah, Starfruit shoots in 5 directions, but he cannot shoot in front of him. Because, like, I feel like I know some people that feel like he shoots like this. Like he faces the house and shoots that way. But no, he shoots backwards, which can actually help with digger zombies. And Split Pea actually also helps with digger zombies too. But yeah, it's more so with Starfruit because he has angled shots. So if you're lucky enough, maybe his angled shot can hit a digger that's in a completely different lane. But anyway, there's Starfruit. Alright, final plush for the fog is Pumpkin. Pumpkin is a hard-shelled plant that can fit anything inside of him, technically. Except not in my series, because, you know, tall nut will have to be placed on top of him. But yeah, in this he's not really hard. I took him as a plant pot and just found an orange fabric and put it around him. Well, an orange rubber, whatever it is. And wrapped it around him. I had to tape it together, cause, yeah. But anyway, there's Pumpkin. Alright, since we finished the fog very quickly, now it's time to move on to the roof. First up, we have Plant Pot and Kernel Pult. Technically, Plant Pot isn't a plant, so I put the Plant Pot with Kernel Pult. But yeah, this one actually has a face. I didn't want to draw all the other ones a face because I feel like it'd take way too long. And I was also lazy, so I didn't want to. But yeah, Colonel Pult, I gave him my own ability, which I didn't actually think of this myself. This was from a channel called Luigi Fan 0001. Go subscribe to him, please. Give him support. And to spin attack. I think Luigi Fan calls it butter up, I believe. Which is kind of funny because it sounds like batter up. But anyways, there are those two. Alright, next up we have Marigold. Marigold's actually also an OG. I forgot to mention that. Even though she has a thick stem, she doesn't always stand up very well. But oh well. Yeah, in my series, I relate her to Sunflower's sister. And yeah, Marigold produces coins, and she doesn't really do anything else besides sit there and make coins. Well, I guess she makes diamonds too, but yeah, oh well. But yeah, might as well finish up the roof right now. Next up, we have Melon Pult. Melon Pult lobs melons that deal splash damage in a 3x3 area in front of him. Since it's lobbed, it goes over shields, such as newspapers and, well, screen doors. But, anyway, there are all the roof plants. Since I am now finished with the roof, I am now going to be moving on. Well, since I am finished with the plants in every single area, I am now moving on to the zombies. Alright, since we are now on the zombies, it's time I start with the first zombie, which is Basic. Basic is the first zombie that you encounter in the game, and it's just a casual zombie with no armor, no specialties, no nothing, and just wants to eat your brains. Like, that's literally all he does. Oh my lord, once again, one of the characters are staring right down the soul of the camera. Get out of here. There's Basic. Alright. You might be shocked by this, but next up is Conehead. Usually a flag zombie is next, but Flagman is actually from something different. So yeah. But Conehead or Coney is technically a basic zombie, except he has a cone on his head, which gives him an extra protection. He's technically two zombies in one. His cone has 10 HP, and so does he. I don't know if it actually has 10 HP, but I just say it does anyways. Because, yeah. In my first series, when I said he has 45 HP, I felt like that was really ridiculous once I got up to the point where I started making way better videos that were less cringy. But yeah, anyways, there's Conehead. Alright. Next up, we have Pole Vaulter. I don't know where his pole went. I wish I did, though. But yeah, I completely forgot to tape it to his hand last series. Can you stop staring down the soul of the camera? But yeah, I was going to give him a pole, like, in the end of last series, which was the Brutal Mode series. But I didn't want to. And I couldn't find any tape, so I couldn't really do anything. But, yeah. Well, there's pole vaulter. Alright. Now it's time for the last zombie in the day. Buckethead. Buckethead is a solid tank zombie with a bucket on his head, which gives him extra HP. In fact, Buckethead actually has 40 hit points, which means he's technically 4 basic zombies. Yeah. He's technically the strongest in the day, which not really technically he is. But yeah, so far Buckethead is the toughest zombie that I've talked about. How is he standing up with the bucket on his head? Like, I'm honestly really surprised. Okay. One last thing. Apparently Buckethead has amazing balance. Anyway, that's Buckethead. Alright. Now it's time to move on to the night. Which the first zombie is Screen Door. Oh shoot, he just fell. Gosh dang it. Screen Door zombie has a shield, and yeah, it can be pierced by fumes. And also, usually newspaper is actually the first night zombie, but I took off his newspaper, and I don't want to put it back on right now, so yeah. Anyway, there's Screen Door zombie. Alright. Now it's time for Disco Zombie. You see, Disco Zombie is actually technically a guitar guy. Oh my lord, what is up with your leg? And, yeah. He plays music. Shoot. Oh my lord. He summons zombies. And he's really annoying. But, yeah, there's Disco Zombie. Alright, next up we have the one, the only, All-Star. All-Star is technically the Muggaloo imp, but, yeah. I don't really have any other zombie that looks like an All-Star, but besides, the Dolphin Rider zombie. But, you know, I still want to keep him in the series. I don't want to just, like, disable him as a character. But, yeah. All-Star Zombie is really tough, so he's now the toughest zombie in the entire collection. Good lord. It is so hard for me to say things today. But, yeah. There's All-Star Zombie. Alright, sorry, I delayed the music a little bit there, my bad. But anyways, next up's DuckTube. And DuckTube is the first pool zombie. He likes to go into water. He can have a cone or a bucket on. You never know. Because he doesn't just appear as a duck zombie. Well, a ducky tube. Whatever. If you want to call it DuckTube or Ducky Tube, either way is fine with me. But, yeah, he swims in the water and he eats your pants. Yeah, can you stand? That's it. DuckTube, I'm done with you. There's DuckTube. Alright. Next up, we have the E's. We have Mini Coney, Mini Buckethead, and Mini E. This is actually technically Capels, but he's still an E. This is Coney, but smaller, but he's still an E. This is E, and he's an E. I started making nonsense, I'm sorry. You know. But, anyway, there are the E's. Just a quick reminder, some of you out there might be like, where are the other E's? Well, yeah, I have other E's, but I'm not using them because, once again, they're from different games. But anyways, Dolphin Rider. This has to be one of my favorite zombies. She's pretty cool, in my opinion. I got this one for Christmas in like 2017, 18, or 19. Something like that. I don't really remember, to be honest. But, yeah. Good lord, this is a long, plush collection. Anyway, yeah. Dolphin Rider's a medium health zombie, and he can jump over, anything in his path in the pool, unless it's a tall nut. Unless it's in brutal mode, then he can jump over it. But anyway, there's Dolphin Rider. Alright, next up is a fog zombie, which is Miner Zombie. This is the only fog zombie you have. I don't have any other fog zombie. Even if you asked for one, that's too bad, because I don't have one. So, yeah. I hope to get a basic zombie for Christmas, so then I can have, well, probably two, actually. Why am I even telling you this? It's not like any of you matter. Well, it's not like any of you care. Sorry, I didn't want to sound mean there. I'm so sorry. But, anyway, there's Miner Zombie. Okay, I'm actually taking a moment to apologize about what I just recently said. I'm sorry, that slipped out. I said it wrong. I didn't mean to say it like that. Yeah, I'm hoping you accept my apology. But anyways, next up, we are moving on to the roof. And the only roof zombies I have are these two. Arnold and Little Munchkin Oompa Loompa Dude. Little Munchkin is an imp. Well, I'll tell you the facts while I'm trying to get him all the way in the bag. Little Munchkin is an imp that can be thrown by the Gargantuar when the Gargantuar is at half of its health. But, yeah. I'm actually gonna get, Little Munchkin's arms through the string so he stays in. And also, I'm not sure what's up with, Little Munchkin having no feet. But, and that's fine. Anyways, there's Arnold. Oh, he fell. Alright. Next up, we have the last zombie from the Plants vs. Zombies 1 franchise. Or Plants vs. Zombies 1 Plush franchise. Again, I don't care what you call it. But it's Dr. Zomboss. You see, Dr. Zomboss is kind of messed up because you can, like, see his eyebrow sticking out. Which I don't want it to. Well, not his eyebrow, technically. His unibrow, whatever it is. I don't really remember, to be honest. But, yeah. The top of his head is technically... the top of his head is just balloons. Like, cut up balloons. And then I cut out the eyebrows. Yeah, I did this when I had spare time. But, yeah. There's Dr. Zomboss. He fell. Oh well, there's Dr. Zomboss. Okay. Since we finished up, all the zombies and all the plants from the Plants vs. Zombies 1 franchise. Actually, we didn't. I'm putting this in the middle now. There's actually extras, as we probably know, and I forgot. We have Gatling P. Gatling P is an upgraded version of Repeater and shoots 4 Ps in a single lane. If you have a bunch of these guys in a torchwood, then the zombies are going down. They have no chance of getting through that. Anyways. Oh, he fell again. Good lord. Anyway, there's Gatling P. Alright. Next up, we have Twin Sunflower. Twin Sunflower is an upgraded version of Sunflower. 2 sunflowers in one. They produce the two suns at the same exact time. And, yeah. This is a good upgrade plant to have, but I always technically take Gallopy first for some reason. But yeah, there's Twin Sunflower. All right, next up we have Cattail. Cattail is actually an upgraded version of Lily Pad, because she gets planted on a lily pad in order to be planted. But yeah, Cattail shoots out 2 spikes, and it heat seeks zombies, and it can hit zombies in the air, like balloon zombies. And yeah, there's not really a lot to say, and I'm not really going to pause it, but yeah, there's Cattail. Alright, next up we have, he rolled the wrong way, Explodonut. Explodonut is not an upgrade at all. In fact, he's just a small plant, because I don't think I said this, but this is upgraded plants and extras. But yeah, Explodonut's an extra. Speaking of extras, I'll get the rest of the extras over with. We have Apple, which you've seen in the first series, and then we have Apple Bomb. Anyways, I'm just going to set these guys up real quick, but they're all the upgrades and extras. Alright, since we finished up now we actually finished up all the plants from the Plants vs. Zombies Plush 1 franchise, we are now moving on to Plants vs. Zombies 2, starting with Bok Choy. Bok Choy is a punching plant. He punches 1 tile in front of him and 1 tile behind him. And in my opinion, I think he's a really useful plant. Because, yeah, he punches in it. Deals quite a bit of damage to the zombies. But yeah, there's Bok Choy. Alright. Sorry if the light got a little dim, but oh well. Oh, it's back. Okay. Anyway, we have Iceberg Lettuce. Iceberg can freeze zombies, any zombie that steps on it. And yeah, she can only freeze 1 at a time. And she's from the Ice Mint family. I forgot what the name of the mint family is called. But yeah, there's Iceberg. Yeah, I'm not pausing it a lot anymore, because, yeah, why? Why not, I guess. I don't know. But next up, we have Snapdragon. Snapdragon breathes fire in a 2x3 area in front of him. 2 tiles in front, covering 3 tiles, which is pretty nice. And yeah, his plant food is 3 in a 3x3 area of fireballs in front of him that stay there for like a second and a half. But yeah, there's Snapdragon. Alright. We're now moving on to a far future plant, which is a new one, which is Citron. Citron is a citron. If that's a plant. If it's not, then it's an orange. Or it's a citrus fruit, whatever it is. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But yeah. He gathers up plasma, and he shoots out a plasma ball, which is pretty useful against the zombies. But anyway, there's Citron. Alright, for the final Plants vs. Zombies 2 plant, we have Electric Blueberry. Electric Blueberry gathers up energy from, well, electricity, and zaps a nearby zombie with a thundercloud, which in my opinion is really useful. But sadly, it's a premium plant that's from Neon Mixtape Tour. But yeah, here she goes. Anyways, moving on to zombies now. We're going to be doing the Plants vs. Zombies 2 zombies, starting with Mummy. Mummy was a newspaper zombie, but I took off his newspaper as soon as we hit the roof series in Plants vs. Zombies 2 Brutal Mode. Good lord, my lights are flickering. But yeah. Technically just basic zombie, but, yeah. Sorry, there might be a flash warning in this video if this continues happening, so just be careful. But yeah, there's Mummy. Face the camera. I'll take it. Alright, next up we're moving on to the piracies, which just says pirate and swashbuckler zombie. And mini swashbuckler. Yeah, you might be unfamiliar with swashbuckler. If you want me to put it more straight, then I'll say Captain Bubblebeard. But in the real Plants vs. Zombies 2 franchise, this is just called Swashbuckler Zombie. And this is just a pirate zombie. But yeah, there are these guys. Alright, next up we'll move into the Wild West, which are just these two. I still have to fix Jedediah's hat, which will happen in a very, very, very long time. But yeah, Jedediah is an imp zombie, as we know. Well, technically bull rider imp, but yeah. And then we have little Jim. I think that's his name. It's Jim or Pete. I'm pretty sure it's Jim though. But yeah, he's technically just a zombie from the Wild West. Anyways, moving on to the far future, we have the Z-Mech. Yeah, the Z-Mech is pretty big, so I just had to bring him down a little bit because I didn't want to lift up the camera. But yeah, this is technically just the I guess this is a Gargantuar imp bot, which is what I'll just call it. But yeah, there's that. Well, it's Gargantuar Prime. That's its actual name. Good lord, I'm gonna have to like stick this over to the side so you can still see everything. In fact, I actually don't know where to put it because you can't really see it right now. I'll just put it right there, right next to Zomboss. Even though you can't see Zomboss. Anyway, moving on to the Dark Ages, we have Sneaky. We have the Wizards. We have Wackerjacker, the Jester zombie. And then we have Factor, the Cavalry zombie. You see, I recently figured out that Factor and Sneaky are from, I think, Plants vs. Zombies 2 Reflourish, which is like coming all over in YouTube right now. And everyone's posting about it, which I technically really can't really, but oh well. Anyways, yeah, this is the Dark Age crew, and it's an insane amount of zombies. I think this is the most amount of zombies I have in an entire area so far. Like the most amount of zombies from the Dark Ages. It's the most amount of zombies in a Plush Zombies 2 area. But anyway, yeah, there are these guys. Alright, moving on to Jurassic Marsh, we just have this guy. I don't really know what to call him. I completely forgot the name for him. I'll just call him Barney. Oh wait, that's the name I've been calling him. But yeah, this is Barney, the dinosaur imp, or egg pusher imp. I think he's from Plants vs. Zombies 2 Reflourished as well. He pushes eggs, and it can crush plants. But yeah, that's all I have for Jurassic Marsh. And since that's over with, now moving on to Big Wave Beach. We have duckweed zombies and flagman, which you probably didn't see come crashing down, but there he is. But yeah, not a lot to say about these guys. They're technically just basic zombies. But anyways, now we're moving on to different zombies, just extra zombies. We have DS, which is a soccer player zombie from a game where they're like aquatic plants. things, like aqua pea shooters or whatever. And yeah. And finally, we have Aladdin. Aladdin is, well, from the Chinese version of Plants vs. Zombies 2. Good lord, this light flickering is so annoying. I am so sorry for this. But, yeah. He's technically just a Chinese basic zombie. Okay. We have one category left. And that one category might take up a little bit of time, but it's just a bunch of extras that I need to go grab real quick. Hold on. Alright. I got everything. So first of all, this will bring back memories of like the very, very, very beginning of my Plants vs. Zombies Plush series. The plant food. You know, I've like never used this in a video except for the first few. But yeah, it's insane to see that like I still have this, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to put it right over here by Citron. Okay, next extra we have, this is from Brutal Mode, the Rock. The Rock is a throwable projectile for tough zombies or just a tough plant that can manage to pick it up. And I'm looking at Bong Choi right now. But yeah. There's the Rock. It looks like a foot, and it also it looks like a really like scary face, to be honest. But yeah. I'm just gonna put the plant food right on there. Alright, next up we have this. The Ancient Egypt bucket, which is from the last episode of Plants vs. Zombies Plush Brutal Mode. I actually made this back in near the end of 2021. But yeah, yeah, not a lot to say about that either. But what should I go with next? Maybe this. We have the Gia Gargantua coat. The Gia Gargantua coat has like been a thing that I've had for a very long time. And it's very hard to see because it keeps falling over. Wow, I didn't expect that. But yeah, it stands up very well. Apparently. And it's worn by Arnold. And I'm hoping to get another Gargantua soon, just to have a Giga Gargantua. So then I can have Arnold and then a Giga Gargantua. But, yeah. Anyway, I have actually had this coat for like 3 years, which is kind of shocking. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it over here now. Oh shoot, it's hiding the plant food. There we go. Alright, next up, I don't think you've ever seen this before, but I have a toxic waste barrel. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna use this. I might use it eventually. Like, maybe I'll make a toxic minigame. I even wrote toxic waste right there. Oh well, that doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's a toxic barrel. I was thinking of using it for like a garbage can zombie, which I think would be pretty cool in my opinion. But yeah. Since this is a toxic waste barrel, like I have a bunch of things I can think of. Like I could put E's in there. It could be for a trash can zombie. It can be like maybe I could make like if Baby P became super powerful video. If Imp or Little Munchkin Oompa Loompa Dude became a powerful zombie video. I have a bunch of possibilities for this. Good lord, my ears started ringing. Man, that hurt. Yeah. It's a barrel that's full of toxic waste, as I've said like a bunch of times already. But yeah, I don't know where the lid went for it. Like, if there was a lid, I feel like that'd be really cool. But yeah, oh well. Also, I'm planning on making like a super cool zombie base soon. But yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about the barrel. Okay. Then we have the grave. And another grave. These graves were custom made, and I think it was 2022 or 2021. But it was like before I started uploading more of my original Plants vs Zombies plush series. And yeah. I like my design for the graves, especially this one, because I feel like I almost aligned the crack, but there's no way. There's no way I did. I just know it. You can't really see the crack on it though. Oh, never mind. You can. Yeah, see, it's not aligned whatsoever. But yeah, this one just says R.I.P. on it, which means rest in peace if you didn't know, and then it just has a skull on it, which I think is pretty cool in my opinion. But yeah, there are the graves, and I still have to grab a few more extras, so I'm just gonna leave the camera unpaused so you can listen to some of the music, because, well, why not, I guess. Alright, let me go grab some of it. Alright, I think I got everything. Anyways, my bad. Next up is the car. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's kind of taking up the entire camera. But yeah. It's a pretty cool artifact I've had for a while. Well, not necessarily an artifact, but yeah. I'm just gonna put everything, all the other extras in here that I have so far. Alright. Yeah, there's the car. You know what, I'm just gonna hold the camera for the rest of the video. Wow, is there a bunch of them? I'm not even done with all the extras yet, though. We have the bomb box. Good lord, it sounds like a joke. It sounds like a joke, like a boom box. Like, I feel like such an idiot. But yeah, we have the boombox. It explodes. I just found a bunch of red things and put it in there, and then found this as like a fuse and stuck it in there as well. But yeah, there's the boombox, which I'll set right there. And then we have 1 plant pot, 2 plant pots, 3 and 4 plant pots, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 plant pots. Yeah, I have a bunch of plant pots. I think I used to have like 25. I don't even know if I have 25 anymore, because some of them broke. And some of them also disappeared, so I don't know where most of them went. The boombox is actually a plant pot, but yeah, it's being used to be a boombox. No, you didn't get. But yeah, I've had these plant pots for I think 3 years. They're not my oldest items, but yeah. Look at all those plant pots. Yeah, this one is severely broken. But well, I'll be right back. I have more extras to grab. I have a bunch. Alright, I'm back with more extras. Alright. We have this, which is a shovel. I don't really have anything else for it. But yeah. I don't really use it a lot in my series. But yeah. I think it's kind of cool, in my opinion. But yeah. So the shovel is meant to dig up plants and replant new ones there. Unless it's just to get rid of a plant that you mistakenly planted in the wrong spot, which is technically what I just explained, which I feel stupid for saying that now. But yeah. Oh shoot, it disappeared. There we go. I'll just set it right there. But we have guns. These actually came with plastic bullets. Sound like it hurt a lot. But yeah. I think it's really cool, to be honest. Except one has more color than the other. Like, if you look closely, this one is more tan and this one's more yellow. But again, they're still pretty cool. Bing, bing, bing. Anyway, we have this pole that I use for Arnold sometimes, but I don't use it a lot anymore. We have a scope. That's for the zombies, I guess. And finally, we have a net for the zombies. that's everything. Look at all those plush. Alright, I thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you all next time. Bye.